for the United States brings them Latvia. Final game before the quarterfinals. I'm sure they're excited to get that going on Thursday, but they've got to attend to business in this one first. Dave?
They certainly do, Victor. This is about taking care of business. They've secured first place in their rotation, but don't get into bad habits today. And there are some records at hand in sight for a couple of the players, Cole Caufield and Jack Hughes, but don't let that be a distraction. Play your game, fine-tune everything, get through this game, and prepare in every way for the next game.
So the milestone watch will be on as early on, Artur Silovs smothers a puck by the side of the net. Cole Caufield comes into this game tied for the most goals in a single under-18 tournament by an American player. Three-way tie right now at 9 with Brett Sterling and Phil Kessel.
Some big point efforts so far. Jack Hughes also with 10 points. We have Alex Turcotte with 8. They've been really, really good, that group.
4 of the top 5 point getters in this tournament are all from the United States. There's Latvia. Zavitsov's on the backhand over the U.S. blue line. Matthew Boldy rushing up the ice. 7 assists already in the tournament, and just offside as he crossed the blue line with Alex Turcotte.
And this is a big night for the Latvians. They know the press clippings that the U.S. program comes in with. They know the individuals. In the day and age of internet, they know where the NHL rankings are, and they know Jack Hughes is projected #1 overall. This U.S. team may have as many as 4 or 5 in the top 10. So what a great night for them as well, for their program.
Huge 2-0 win over Slovakia a day ago. Silovs made 24 saves in the winning effort. It's a shot here from the point, sails wide. Silovs has played in every game in this tournament for Latvia. Ranging in from the point is Cam York. Now up ahead it comes to Crustins. He'll pass it over to the near side. Petrovic sends a weak one in that's turned aside by Spencer Knight. Wondered if Cameron Rowe might get the call for the U.S. in this one, but Spencer Knight will get his 3rd start in the tournament. Got the win against Sweden and Russia.
And I think the rotation, as much as anything, just fell perfectly to go to Rowe today with 2 days before the quarterfinal start. You had back-to-backs. Cameron Rowe played in the 2nd game.
Now Cole Caufield on the backhand is boxed out nicely, though. Now up the ice comes Latvia over the blue line. Miller's knocked off the puck. Just held in. Will be controlled again, this time by Henry Thrun. He throws it off the boards to the far side. This one's looped back into Latvian territory. From behind the net, Sean Farrell guides it back to the blue line. Shot incoming, blocked by a Latvian. Take it again, right up the middle, off on the wing, scores! A bullet from John Beecher opens the scoring. USA lead 1-0.
What a setup for John Beecher, no mistake at all. Parked off to the left of the goaltender. He gets that one-timer. He scored a goal in the first game of the tournament. Impressive young player going to Michigan. Gets in the seam, so he creates the opening in the seam. And a perfect dish. And liken it to a football receiver. He creates the lane for the passer with his lateral movement. He can sense where the passer's coming from. He sets up perfectly. A smile for John Beecher starting this game off in a really good way.
Scored his first of the tournament against Sweden. Has another. And this is trouble for Latvia. It takes the USA just 2 minutes to hit the scoreboard first. Have scored no less than 6 goals in a game in this tournament. They put up 12 against the Slovaks. There's Owen Lindmark. He's held up by Patrick Zolzos along the Latvian bench. Loose puck comes through to Hellison with his shot. That one's high off the glass, and it rattles back through center ice. Spencer Knight well out of his net. Will have to leave it. Dominic Fensori patrolling up the ice. Lost the handle on it, though. Zavitsovs will corral it. Throws it to the net, just wide. In from the point. Aseniaks Off the boards to the far side it goes. Given right back to Aseniaks from the neutral zone. Shoots it in again.
A little sloppy the last 2 times out of the zone for the U.S. team, and another little turnover by Spencer Knight there.
Nearly turned over, but Knight got in there with a poke check as well. And here's Bobby Brink playing in his second game of this tournament after joining the USA for their last match against Russia. Goes right back to the point. Here's Case McCarthy on the near side. Snaps it back down low for Turcotte. Brink overskates it. Scratches. Holds up his man with Aseniaks. Now a backhand is deflected off of Silovs, back out into the slot. Now it comes back behind the net for Matthew Boldy, who tries to pass it through. Aseniaks with him the whole way along the boards. Picked up by Bobby Brink. Turns around. Boldy looking back to Brink, swatted down. Cleared around to the near side. McCarthy's shot was deflected off the stick of Boldy. Loose at the side, chopped at. Vlasic off the boards. Holds it in again. Vlasic makes a move to the far side. Coming in on the net, will turn around and swirls one out in front. Tremendous pressure here for the United States as Alex Turcotte passes across at a sharp angle shot from Cole Caufield. Deflects up and out of play.
Good start for the U.S. A good shot of Cole Caufield there. What a goal scorer. Just finds a way to get the puck. Coming on a late change there. Sets up on the offside. One a player that the puck seems to find. And the good ones have that trait. The puck seems to find them. Well, that's because they're going to the right places, of course.
Jack Hughes won that face-off back to Henry Thrun. Take it in now. A shot from Jack Hughes didn't get through. He'll take it back again out of the corner. There's Michael Gilden reunited with Cole Caufield and Jack Hughes. And Trevor Zegras played against Russia. He was on this line, but Michael Gilden getting some ice time now. The two of the very best American players.
Michael Gilden had played with those guys coming up through, and then when Zegras was added, he had an injury, and he was an addition after the last, or before the last game. Played very, very well, Trevor Zegras did, but Gilden back on that first line. A lot of things that John Wroblewski, the head coach, likes about Gilden's game and what he brings to those two big guns.
Center ice, Sean Farrell lets this one go in. John Beecher pursues his man and takes out Bronze. They're going to call him on this, so Latvia is going to get their first chance on the power play. So it'll be Beecher to the box when the States touch it. Latvia on the far side try to move it in front. And this is touched by USA, so officially now John Beecher will get the game.
Goal scorer taking a penalty 200 feet away from his net, which no coach likes. Brandt's around the net there for Latvia. Beecher just reaches in and takes him down. This is a part of habits as well. Stay out of the penalty box. Work on your special teams is always part of details as well, but you don't want to be working on your penalty kill too much today.
USA right down the ice, shorthanded. Beniers tried to toss it out in front to Owen Lindmark. Latvia's power play has not been good in this tournament, 0 for 11.
Latvians have built a real nice, hard-working group, doing a good job of keeping the young players at home in their development program. And maybe not quite the skill level, the finishing level that some of the other teams have in the tournament, but they are a hard-working group.
Here on the near side, Zavazovs tries to pass it out in front. Just being in the quarterfinals for Latvia is a massive win. Be guaranteed a spot in this tournament at the top division again next year. To the net, that's deflected on, and a pretty good tip from Polks is hung on to by Spencer Knight, who makes his first save of the game.
Real nice positioning by Polks up high. On the strong side, set play, hard shot, high tip. Spencer Knight comes across and finds it early, but that's a nice play by Polks.
So face off to the glove side of Knight. Slammed off the boards by Team USA. Silovs out of his net and under some pressure. Quickly plays it over. Ozils up to center. Taken in by Ligas.
Farrell and Moynihan, the energy guys. Moynihan on a straight fly pattern there. Trust the face-off win. As soon as it's won, the D's throwing it down, and he's gone.
Christian Janssens brings it through to the slot, tries to get a shot through, blocked by Moynihan, and chased down the ice. Here's the defenseman Thrun with a shot. That's stopped by Silovs. Couldn't hang on to it. Thrun, aggressive, gets it right back, and he'll kill off some time by chucking that back to his own zone.
That's real good back pressure by Henry Thrun. He's up on the rush. He knows he's got good protection on the backside from 2 forwards, but he comes back and steals the puck from the Latvian challenger.
Vandenbergs plays this up the center. Over the blue line, Prohorenkov's a low shot, turned aside. Kristaps Grašins back to the blue line, fumbled by Brantz. Comes all the way back where he'll pick it up. Underage defenseman, Lars Brantz. Be draft eligible in 2020. Might get some looks for the CHL import draft as well.
A lot of people feel he's the most talented player on the back end. Good chance to be an NHL draft prospect next year.
Nobody ranked on NHL Central Scouting on this Latvian team, but there's been some rumblings that maybe Rudolf Polks at 6'3", with some pretty good size, and even the goaltender Artur Silovs might get a couple looks. Now here's Jack Hughes rushing down the wing on the backhand. Taken in behind the net. Cole Caufield picks it up, back to the point. Alex Vlasic will turn to center with it.
Delayed penalty here on the Latvians for that little hook into Jack Hughes' hands on the attack.
So the extra attacker, the United States, will start up in their own zone. Zegras zips it ahead and touched up by Rouse and Dokimov. So Team USA will get their first power play in this game. So John Beecher with the first goal of the game for the United States. Have them posted out 1-0 in front of Latvia, and a chance to build on their early lead now with their first power play. Second best power play unit in the tournament so far at 44%. Second only Canada as Jack Hughes ranges in, shoots. That one took a wild deflection wide of the net. Cole Caufield directs it back to Hughes, gives it back to Caufield down low. Turcotte over to the far side, and his shot is stopped. Now Hughes back up high to Cam York. Long shot deflects. Caufield off the crossbar and just out of play. Boy, flirting with the record, but what are the chances that 10th goal is going to be the hardest for him?
I don't think it's going to be that hard for him the way he plays. Finds the puck in the slot, heavy traffic area, and we've seen Cole Caufield in 2 different positions. I really like the coaching staff here, Dan Heinold and Kevin Lynn, working on getting Cole Caufield in different positions on the power plays as this tournament moves forward. So he'll set up in the middle, he'll set up on the offside. Right now Zegras is on the flank and Caufield's in the middle, but it's important with a unit like this and the scouting that goes on through a tournament that you have the ability to show some different looks. And the U.S. team has done a real nice job of showing different looks. When they added Zegras, he popped out in the power play instead of Boldy. He usually plays on the flank, and that puts Cole Caufield in the middle, but they'll flip Caufield to the outside as well.
Neutral zone face-off. Latvia wins it back. Cleared all the way down the ice off the boards. Stopping behind the net is Dominic Fensori. Bobby Brink now out there with the second unit to the far side, and a shot from Michael Gilden labeled for the glove of Silovs.
It's a good-looking glove by Artur Silovs. He had the shutout in the last game. He's played every game, and Bobby Brink hasn't missed a beat. Joined the team in the last game, Sioux City Musketeers in the USHL, so he plays outside the program in the USHL for Sioux City. Just joined the team, and you're allowed to add right up to the championship game. You have 20 skaters and 3 goalies, so they had 2 roster spots open. Trevor Zegras was added after an injury, but he was with the team. Bobby Brink joined the team. Jet lag aside, didn't miss a beat.
Jack Hughes, he was looking across for Cole Caufield. Alex Turcotte will take it by the half boards and passes back to York. Gives it to Hughes. Back across, it's a bit of an awkward pass. It's forced out to center for Trevor Zegras.
As the tournament scouting goes on, teams have really tried to take away that seam from Jack Hughes and force it back, and we'll see if Cam York plays a big role in this power play, because that's the shot they'll give up from the point.
Now Cam York has his pass deflected off his stick. The Swedes seem to have the best success with taking that seam pass away. Held Jack Hughes to just one assist, but couldn't stop Cole Caufield. As now Zegras moves in, drops it back. York to Hughes, in his one-timers blocked by Brantz. Out of the side of the net, Caufield as the power play expires. Up high in the zone. Even strength, and another whistle here. In front of the net is John Beecher. Still has the United States in front, 1-0. So a power play on either side for the United States and Latvia. Neither convert. And Team USA stay out in front here, 1-0, just over halfway through the first period, looking for more. Owen Lindmark, the Wisconsin commit, to the far side. One of 3 future Wisconsin Badgers on this team. Standing on the shot there was Matthew Boldy. Marshall Warren makes a play on it to keep it in. Without a stick is Yevdokimov, so he's got to kick it up the ice. Now he'll jump into the bench. Here's Bobby Brink on the wing to the middle with a bit of a curl and drag. Now Drew Hellison at the point. Sends it back in behind the net for Brink, looking to center. Seeing John Wroblewski really juggle some of the lines. Michael Gilden getting a shift on the first line now. A bit of a different look for this second unit as well.
The rotation of having 13 forwards dressed and 7 defensemen. In the first game, they didn't have Zegras or Brinker available, hadn't even rostered those 2 players, so they went with 11 forwards in that first game.
And offside here for Latvia as the shot whistles wide of the net. So Owen Lindmark getting an opportunity there to jump up with a couple good players as well.
Well, talk about increasing your offense. Tony Granato and Mark Wasicki, Wisconsin. They'll be adding Alex Turcotte, Cole Caufield, and Owen Lindmark. How's that for an incoming trio?
And they had just 1 player on Wisconsin this year that hit double digits in goals.
They're not going to have 1 next year. They're going to have, they're going to have more than 1 next year.
Yeah, they've had some good programs there in the past, though, at Wisconsin.
Some great teams, some great players have gone through that program. I competed against them way back when they were in the WCHA, and Notre Dame was in the WCHA.
Derek Stepan, Jake Gardner, they were on the same team.
Well, that defense core through that time.
Ryan
Justin
McDonough.
Schultz, Ryan McDonough, Jake Gardner, Jamie McBain.
I think they had Craig Smith up front as well, the Nashville Predator.
Cody Goluboff was on that team. John Ramage, just an all-world defense core.
Shot from McCarthy bounced around. No defenseman on this US NTDP team that are committed to Wisconsin.
Well, they're mostly staying east, that group. 3 going to BC, or 2 going to BC, 3 going to BU, 1 going to Harvard. Henry Thrun, the lone Harvard guy. McCarthy, Fensori, and Vlasic going to BU. Hellison and Marshall Warren going to BC.
Pass back to the blue line. Shot from Caufield is blocked, so he's forced back to center. We mentioned it a bunch of times in this tournament about the New York and Massachusetts representation. 5 players from each state. And of course, there's Drew Hellison, who's from Minnesota, committed. Well, east as a pass here is deflected away. Drew Hellison will play for Boston College in 2020-21. Dominic Fensori back up to Henry Thrun, giving all sorts of problems. Got away from Zabazovs. Now onto the far side. Pushed back to center ice where it's reeled in by Cam York. He's from California, Anaheim Hills.
And in the University of Michigan, and he actually reminds me of Zach Werenski in this game a little bit. Left shot defenseman for the Columbus Blue Jackets that played at Michigan. Excellent mobility, good awareness, runs that power play from the top, gets his shot through. And the Latvians have played well in this first 14 minutes. They've got to be very pleased with this.
They're hanging around. He's over the blue line. Here comes Patrick Ozils. Right into the board. Zegras takes it gently up the wing, plays it right to Skrastitz. Now Helmson plays it back.
Very important, Victor, for the Americans to maintain their game. Don't change anything. The offensive firepower will come through, but you can't change your game against the Latvians to create that. It'll happen.
Shot off the boards by Crustins. Out to center. USA break in. Jack Hughes can't take the pass on the near side, but he gathers it right back. Sends it toward the net. Caufield tried to center for Zegras, but couldn't hit the mark. Now Polk's up the ice. Slips it over the blue line, and he's taken down. This is going to be a penalty. To the box, Alex Vlasic. So Latvia, the man advantage again. 0 for 1 already in the game. Latvia looking for some better luck this time on the power play, trailing the United States 1-0, but hanging around as USA break in shorthanded. It's Matthew Boldy. He'll stick handle all the way back to center to kill off some more time.
U.S. with the better of the zone possession here, but now their second penalty in the first 16 minutes of the game, and something you want to stay away from in terms of habits. But what a nice little move by Rudolph Polks, jumping inside and then outside. You see once again Spencer Knight's propensity to handle that puck and shoot that puck the length of the ice whenever he can. The danger with a goalie like this, and I played with Ron Hextall, who may have been the best puck-moving goalie in the history of the game, or one of them, certainly Marty Brodeur and a handful of guys, but Hextall had a long game like no one else. And when he wasn't getting a lot of shots, Victor, he wanted to get involved in the game, and sometimes to a fault.
So Latvia will try and set up. As Abazov's under pressure on the near side. This puck skips all the way back down the ice again. You know, the thing, though, that struck me with Spencer Knight is just how calm he is about it, too. He's an aggressive puck mover, but it's almost nonchalant at times, but he makes it work.
Very much so, and very, very active. No trapezoid, you'll notice here, so full range of puck handling for the goaltenders. They can wander wherever they want to wander.
As Abazov's to the blue line, lobs it in on Knight, who keeps it moving to the corner. Warren tries to step in front of Zabazov's. This one is zinged down the ice by the United States again.
Very, very aggressive penalty killing by the U.S. squad. Wherever they are on the ice, they will swarm. Fensori or Hellison, in fact, in there helping out Marshall Warren on that play. The minute there's pressure at all, they get their partner joining, they get the forwards caving back in. It puts a lot of pressure on the Latvian power play.
Now Biskins lays it ahead as the power play expires per Horenkov's. Stripped of the puck on the wing, down the ice. Brink had a break, but he couldn't catch up to the puck in time. So the icing is charged.
Yeah, that may actually be offside.
I think you're right.
I think Brinker got in a little bit ahead of the play with the long pass. Good shot of Neenah, Wisconsin native John Robleski. Played for me at Notre Dame for 4 years. Played in the program in Ann Arbor, and then started his coaching career as an assistant coach in Ann Arbor. Worked his way through the East Coast Hockey League as a head coach, North American Hockey League as a head coach, and a chance to return to the program. Won a under-18 World Championship 2 years ago as a head coach. Second time around.
Now for the boards, Fensori absorbed a hit, passed it over. Now over the blue line. USA look to set up. Turcotte deflected that one just wide of the net. He takes it on the wing. Skates it all the way to the slot and will curl it back. Fensori working in with a shot. Silovs makes the save, and the puck spills behind the net. Centered again for Turcotte, but he pushed it wide. Now Sayers. Vandenberg's on the wing. Floats in over the blue line, but is brought right into the boards by Henry Thrun. Brink passed it back to McCarthy, who quickly snaps it over to Thrun, given back to Brink. To center ice, feeds it off on the wing, just ahead of Jack Hughes, has it swatted away. Now back through center comes Ligas, offside at the American blue line.
Late change by Bobby Brink, and Cole Caufield out late. Does a good job of standing that play up at the blue line. But what I like about this first period from the U.S. standpoint They've created their opportunities without changing their game. And the temptation is when you're playing an opponent that you feel isn't as skilled or capable as you are, that you will change your game to create offense. They haven't done that at all. They haven't taken unnecessary risks. They've scored 1 goal. They feel their offense will come if they play the right way.
Nice move here from Zegras across it. Silovs makes the stop. Jack Hughes was right on the doorstep, but the big Latvian netminder gets the best of him this time.
Artur Silovs had a shutout in his last game. A 2-0 win for the program. And what a little touch pass by Trevor Zegras over the defender onto the backhand of Jack Hughes. And I think Hughes is trying to come back 5-hole. He sees the big pad stretched out and trying to go over it or come back 5-hole, and Artur Silovs meets him.
Silovs at 6'4", 203 pounds, is a big presence in between the pipes.
Goalies are too big today. We need a good little goalie.
He's only 18 years old, by the way. Maybe he'll hit a growth spurt.
You tell me he's going to grow?
Here's Cole Caufield on the wing. He's brought down by a stick and almost a break for Ozils, but there's a penalty on the play.
Zabasov's with the penalty. I think if he doesn't drop his stick here, he's okay. Cole Caufield, a slick little move as he comes around. See Michael Campbell with the call. Referee from Surrey, British Columbia, is ref in the WHL and the American Hockey League. We look at where the referees join us from in a tournament like this. Quite an honor to be doing international games.
He's joined by Andrei Shrubak of Belarus in the stripes for this one. Trevor Zegras slides it down low. Hughes looks to center. Taken in by Cole Caufield. The United States have scored late a number of times in periods. We'll see if they can do it again as Caufield has it. On the faceoff dot, sends it down low. Zegras with a shot, and that one is caught by Silovs.
Nicely different look here. Zegras flips to the other side. Cole Caufield and he change sides now. So now they're both one-time options. It moves Jack Hughes down below the goal line and Turcotte below the goal line on the other side. I really, really like the changing setups of these 5 players. Very hard to predict where they're going to be on the ice and what they're going to do. So if you can take the individual creativity of a player and give him 3 or 4 system options to work, it still lets the player's creativity win out. And why wouldn't you do that with the creative, talented group of players in this 5-some?
Now over the blue line with speed. Jack Hughes is turned back. Gets it right back though behind the net. Circles, passes to York with a shot, and that's knocked down. And cleared to center by Latvia with the seconds winding down. That'll do it for the first 20. Team USA with a 1-0 lead. John Beecher has the 1 goal so far. USA lead is expected, but perhaps a little bit closer than we might have anticipated. Artur Silovs has kept Latvia in this game.